Hey, and welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Masses32210, and we're in my shop, Chop Shop Custom. Today I'm kind of happy to introduce a new project to the shop, something I've been wanting to do for the last 10 years. Well, here it goes. This is my 1986 Honda VT700C. It looks kind of rough. It was even rougher as I acquired it a couple of weeks ago. The last set of owners decided they were going to make this into a bobber, so I've decided to go ahead and finish it as a bobber. Some of this stuff I've done, you kind of notice the frame is glossy black. I've been painting on that. They had it, if you can notice this shock, they've had it this flat black, real cheap paint. It was not quality at all. Something I would suggest to anybody. Rattle can and something is not bad. At least spend more than $1.09, whatever Walmart sells their cheap junk for, because that stuff definitely wasn't up to par. If you notice, what I've done is I've went ahead and re-blacked the framed gloss, and everybody's got their own idea of a bobber. Excuse me. Like something like the red wheels. At first, I kind of liked them. I didn't like them, but what I decided to do, I do like the red wheels. They're just real extremely dirty. From what I understand, this project was worked on by the previous owner, and I guess they blacked the rims out. They chopped part of the tail. I did the rest, and that was it. The whole bike sat because they couldn't get it running. When my buddy acquired it, he didn't do nothing with it for several months, and it was passed to me. What I determined, the original carburetor, not this one right here, was literally glued shut with varnish. I took it apart multiple times, cleaned it, and it was just a host of things that was wrong with this carburetor. It was never going to do anything. So what I did was use good old eBay, and I ended up getting this one right here. Paid $140 for it. The guy said it needed to be cleaned. Didn't need nothing, honestly. For $140, I got the entire carburetor with the choke cable to replace mine, because they had broke off the little ends in the choke cable. I literally put it on this bike, hit the start button, and fired right up. No questions asked. So this thing was definitely, it's good to go. It literally fired up. I have no issues with it. So I know the bike runs. So what I went ahead and done is change spark plugs. I've got the motorcycle oil, the filter, and I've got coolant for this. I figured go ahead and replace, start doing all the maintenance. Simple things like, if you notice, push down on this, it comes back up, but it's real slow. So I'm going to have to grease this up, grease wherever else it needs it, and get it back up to par. It's a multitude of little things, like my buddy cleaned this out and bled it. This is for the front brake. The front brake works fine now. It's a single rotor or disc setup. No, I'm sorry, it's this one. This is the front brake. I'm sorry, guys. That one is for the clutch. The clutch is still dead. Haven't had a chance to mess with that. So what I'm thinking is actually buying brand new the reservoirs for the front brake and the clutch. Go ahead and replace them. This bike also is going to get, these are the stock bars right here. You can kind of notice this is going to go to a 12-inch ape hanger. We're going to go ahead and set up the bars where they'll be approximately like right here. The pullback won't be as much. They'll be just a little bit shorter pullback, not as wide. For convenience, I do still have the tachometer that goes here and the speedometer. The speedometer I can mount. The tachometer, the problem is that the cup for it has been lost that mounts it up here. So that's a couple of eBay finds right there I'm going to have to do to get this thing back on the road and going. You notice the headlight, nice and shiny chrome. When I got the bike, this part right here was also painted red like the wheels. You can still notice there's a little pitting right here. I'm still working on getting this clean. And you can kind of notice right here, I got to take the whole bulb out, clean all this out. I mean, really, this is just like, this is just like effing retarded. If you're going to paint something, at least take it apart, mask things off, do it properly. There is no call for sit here and literally just trying to just spray paint around something, not to do it properly. But I was thinking of replacing that light. There's a certain bobber look I'm going for, but I realize bobbers are not all about red wheels, white walls, and black spray paint everything. I've seen a multitude of these on YouTube, so I've decided to do my own touch. Kind of get this thing cleaned up, get it, nice looking, get it maintained, and why not? For an 86, this thing only has like 23,000 actual miles, so I figured, let's go for it. Let's see what else. I will be making in another video, I will be making how to eliminate your shock strut and going to a solid bar mount to hardtail this. If you notice, the gap between the rear seat bar and the tire is approximately about 5 inches. It's about 5 inches, give or take. What I'm going to do is actually lower this down 4 inches by making a hardtail mount. It'll bring it to like right about here, about an inch above the tire. I'll try to do a little short fender coming in about like right here, just a little shorty fender. I have the bracket right there. This is a taillight off a 1972 Yamaha 125, I believe, from an old project of mine that I've acquired. I have that there, and down there is the tag of the rest of the bracket that holds the tag and everything. Between that and another part I've got, I'm going to clean the rust up, paint it, and I'm going to have it so right here off this spindle, we're going to have my little tag light down here. I've already designed that, started playing with it. While I'm down here, I can kind of show. Oops, sorry guys. This is the rear seat bar. As you can kind of see, if you notice, they've already cut it. Didn't even apply any paint to the end part. But what this was, sorry for the photography guys, this, as you notice, went right here, and it actually stretched out a little further. This would have been for the rear passenger seat. It was a long kind of seat. You remember all the bikes from the 80s, they kind of looked a little hideous. If you notice, they chopped off the very end. They chopped off a little bit. Matter of fact, what you're looking at right there, that's part of their the rear fender that I removed. And there's another piece to it that what they had removed. Utter garbage. Didn't even cut straight lines when they cut it. Literally, like, it goes up, cuts back at a 45, jagged edge, another jagged edge. Decided to just take it off. I like the short tail bobber. Barely small fender. We'll get rid of that. If you notice, I cut them nice and neat, symmetrical to each other. What I might do is, coming off of here, just make a small bracket just to hold a small tail light right here, just as far as turn signal, and so that way I can be safe on the road. Even though, from what I understand, Florida law only requires you to have a tail light. Your tag must be horizontal, cannot be a vertical tag. That's about a $200 ticket. Ape hangers. A couple of my buddies in different clubs indicated ape hanger. If I go my 12-inch, as long I can slouch down riding, but if I get stopped, sit up properly, because your shoulder cannot pass the height of your bar. It's a $189 ticket for that. What else? Turn signals, like I said, aren't they're not even required on bikes, and you must have one mirror in the state of Florida. That's about another $200-300 ticket for not having one, I believe. So what I'm going to do for the new bars, since they're going to rise 12 inches, I'm going to put a small clip-on mirror just right there. Still keeps you compliant. For the front, since I've gotten these bars right here cleaned up, all this was flat blacked out. Just another retarded thing. I went ahead and cleaned it up, got it back nice and shiny, and what I'm going to do is they have these little small stick-on little LED lights. Figured I'd put one here, maybe. I'm not 100% sure if I really want to ruin this anymore. As you see, I've got a bunch of cables and stuff here. These will definitely, I believe it's Motion Pro is going to customize me a set. It's another about 6-8 inches longer as far as my throttle cables. Choke cables, I don't know. This bike starts so well. We'll have to wait. I might just tuck the choke cable inside the frame for now, because that will save me about $80. It's $40 a piece for the throttle cables, but it's $80 for the clutch line. Of course, if I raise the bars up, I'm going to have new hydraulic lines. I've got a company already set up to make me some of them. One for front brake, one for the clutch itself. The choke, like I said, I'm possibly not going to put that on. The wiring's not bad if you notice. Wiring is pretty well, it's got some length to it. If I do have to lengthen this, it'll be very minor. And so I'll do something with this, because if I'm going to keep all these, not hide any of these wiring, I'm going to at least paint this up or something. I want that looking a little nicer. But this is just, like I said, an intro to my project. Something else I want to show y'all guys. Let me get some opinions in the comments. Now, like this cover right here, they painted it this dull red, whatever red. Alright, fine. I wanted to have a little contrast on this bike, so I've went ahead and you can see this right here, just using a little bit. It's like $3 bag of steel wool. 3 different kinds, 4 pieces a piece. Just barely touching this. I got this chrome. Think about leaving this cover chrome, returning this horn back to chrome, just to have a couple of accents. I don't think everything needs to be painted up, but this is the case right here. I've took steel wool, rubbed a little area off, took some mothers of mag and aluminum polish, and just gave it a little bit of polish, just see what I could do. If anybody knows anything how to get this aluminum brighter, more shinier, let me know. Put it in the comments please below. Otherwise, if nothing else, if I can't really figure anything else out, I've decided I'll just clean all this up real good, get it clean, and just give it a black paint job. Maybe kind of let it black in. What do you think about that too? All shiny black, and leave it just a chrome cover here. A couple of chrome accents. I have the tank down there. As you can see, they've decided to paint the chrome gas cap red. Flat black. I'm thinking also clean that up, paint it glossy black. Maybe another color I haven't 100% decided. I'm still kind of working with it. Going back to the wheels real quick. I know I'm sorry, going back to the wheels. I don't want to spend too much more time in this video. What I have decided right here, this is Barcelona red metallic. I'm not sure how good you can see this. The cap is kind of dirty. I know my lights, you can kind of see, if you look real good, you can kind of see the metallic. This color is, it's badass. I love this color. It's the same color on my racing mower, just a little bit more dust on the hood. You can kind of see how it shines in the daylight. It really, really shines up bright. So what I'm thinking about is cleaning these wheels up, well, especially this front one. Take the wheel off. Front tire's garbage. I'm putting a new one. Think about cleaning up the actual paint. Give it about 5 coats of that Barcelona red metallic. Clear coat it, because that paint up there is actual automotive grade paint. Give it the clear coat, the whole shebang, and when I have the new tire installed, go ahead and put portal walls on here, which are just a plastic looking doohickey that sits on the outside of your tire, and it pinches in between the tire and the bead, and what it does, makes you look like you have a white wall. It's cheaper than actually going out and buying a set of white walls. Think about doing the same for the back. I like that little white wall look. It's a lot cheaper doing the portal walls, and if you notice, that back tire is like brand new. So whoever had put it on this bike didn't even really ride it. From what I understand, after doing the title work, nobody has done something with this bike since 2004. It was the last time it was actually registered. This is a Pennsylvania bike. The reason I know that, still got the Pennsylvania registration here. I'm not sure what this is. I know in Florida something that was happened with the title work as a 04. So I don't know if this means 2010 or what this is actually for. If anybody knows, kind of tell me. I'm kind of curious. But this sticker's coming off. If you've noticed, I cleaned this side up versus that. When I take this front rim off, I'm thinking about just painting the whole thing. I want all this black. Kind of trying to clean it up, dress it up a little bit. Give me some ideas, guys. Like I said, I like my viewers' input. It's like this too right here. You can kind of see a speck of chrome coming through. So I'll take this cover off so I can drain the coolant. And what is it? Underneath down here under the frame is the oil filter. So I take this off. I'll clean this up, shine this up. Same thing here. Let's get rid of this little red 3 screws. I can take this cover off and clean it up. And something else like this right here. I think all this right here, I'm going to go with the white header wrap. I think I like it more. This is kind of cool, but it blends in a little bit with the motor. Kind of want some items to stand out. Airbox, I still need to put the clamps in for the bottom here because there's 2 clamps per carb, and there's another boot that goes up here because this, believe it or not, is actually my airbox. Then there's a big stock piece that goes here and a giant chrome cover. Haven't decided if I'm going to keep that or modify something on myself for that. But guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I know this video is kind of long, 15 minutes, but let me know what you think. Any ideas? What can I do? You know, like I've already went through here. I've taken this off, painted it black, repainted all back here black. Eventually I'll tape this off. I'll tape the top portion, give this another black coat, just to make it look a little bit better. But anything, let me know. Always rate, subscribe, thumbs up, please. Improves my channel views. Hey, and if you haven't subscribed, definitely hit the subscribe button down below.